This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
Ass, and I enjoy watching them. Just, and it's not like, I don't mean to sound demeaning, but there was a time that the women's division, it was just an attraction, and kind of a side deal. Now they're part of the story, and I think it's great because guess what? It's 50% of the population.
Yeah. Well, yeah. The other thing is that whether there's a polarized. Ronda Rousey's also polarizing, but I look at this whole thing. Ronda Rousey's emergence as a megastar had to have some influence on. Hey, we could do the same thing that UFC's doing if we give this division some legitimacy, and they're going to be sexy, good-looking women. What's Vince's deal? Strong, sexy, and powerful, or
strong, sexy, powerful.
Yeah.
Oh God! Yeah. Every time you say it, yeah.
Yeah. You got to, you got to say it all together.
Yes.
One word doesn't work. You got to do all three every time. Oh my God. So anyway.
Say it.
Yeah.
Say it, JR. Say it.
Boy, have I heard that before. But I think they've done a hell of a job, and I think Ronda Rousey's popularity has helped it a little bit. And speaking of her, our friend Jonathan Coachman said that he believes that she's dead in the water as a marketable athlete, celebrity personality, and that WWE would not even look at her. I think that's what he said. Would not seriously consider utilizing her. And I said, not to just to throw shade on Coach because I like Coach, but I disagree because I believe that Vince McMahon can recreate, reheat, anybody he wants. Look, Mike Tyson was on the scrap heap. And
so I was just going to say.
And Lawrence Taylor couldn't get work. So for the time that Vince devoted on those talents, for example, just two of those guys, look at how he created that whole image for Floyd Mayweather and Big Show. I could imagine other meetings that you and I were in with let's say Cowboy or Ernie, or let's say Ernie brought the idea to Cowboy for Big Show to have a worked fight with Floyd Mayweather, 140 pounds, and Big Show's 400. Cowboy would have gone crazy.
Oh, yeah.
You're exposing the business. You're an idiot. I didn't know how to dumbass, blah, 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 blah. All the stuff you and I've heard a lot, directed to us. But Vince could make Ronda Rousey a massive star for a one-off very easily. Don't you believe? Am I
sure.
wrong?
I think not only that, he would make her a huge star in our world and the outside world, but I think he would make her relevant again in the UFC game.
Yeah.
By what he could do with her.
I agree. I just think that she's really, really, she still has a fan base. Her last pay-per-view did over 1 million buys. She has a fan base that have invested emotionally in her, and so I think they would transfer that fandom to the next arena she goes to.
Look at Brock Lesnar. When Brock had lost his last fight and retired, everybody said, damaged goods, he'll never be back, no one will ever pay to see him. And he comes back and drew the kind of numbers that he did. And it's there. It's easy. It really is. And she will be a bigger star. I like to use the example when The Rock was gone and Rock was using the name Dwayne Johnson. He wasn't calling himself The Rock. And they brought him back, and I guess, was it WrestleMania in Houston? No, it wasn't. It was after that. Another WrestleMania. But my son was maybe 10 at the time, and he said to me, he goes, hey, that's really cool that WWE finally got Dwayne to come and do something with them. And I just was, it would have been in 2011 whenever he came back. And I remember I talked to Vince around that time, and we were talking about something. I said, hey, I got to share with you what my son said. He thought it was pretty cool that you guys could get Dwayne Johnson to do something for WrestleMania. And he said, God damn, pal. We take that for granted. And I said, yeah. I said, but that's your audience that doesn't, Rock's been away.
Yeah.
He doesn't know Rock, but he knows Dwayne Johnson.
It's challenging sometimes to make clear just how important WrestleMania is to WWE. And it's not just because of the money that it can and usually does earn, but it's almost a I don't know. Is it the beginning of a season or the end of a season, or is it both? It's like that whole building. There's nothing more important in any department than the success of WrestleMania within their given areas. It's pretty amazing, isn't it?
It really is, and you're right. It is both, and I look at it, and it has almost become. It's not, but it's almost become a phone-in for the sellout and all the events. And somebody says, "Well, yeah, it's easy. You know, they just go in and do what they do." It's like the Super Bowl. Oh, you set up fan access, you have a couple shows, you do the Hall of Fame, you do whatever you do. They have no idea the amount of manpower and hours that go in to planning that week.
Amazing.
And it is, and it grows every year.
It does. And they.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.